Damn, I lost. Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. This is what the first place winner is going to get at EVO Japan 2020. A controller. Maybe not this exact type of controller, but it's going to be a handheld device that accepts input to play Super Smash Bros. Or any other Switch game. Not money, a controller. Isn't that a little f***ed up? Hey everybody, my name is Akinola Verissimo, and I've been playing Smash Bros. For longer than you probably have. I'm an old man, and I make a joke about that a lot on the channel, but I was playing Smash Bros. Back when it was still in its early competitive stages. You know, we were still figuring out what stages were legal and all that stuff. I didn't quite know what wave dashing was, but I had a pretty mean Falco. I could jump, cancel, shine, and do easy combos. And that was back in college. We're talking like 2002, all right? The kind of early beginnings of really competitive Smash Brothers before anything had really been established. And all the goats and gods that you know today were kids. You know, they were still figuring out what to do with their lives. Smash was not a main focus of life. It was just the game that they played the most, and they realized they could make a competitive scene out of it. And they just played because it was fun. You know, there was money at the end of the day if you did good enough, but no one was thinking about esports. No one was thinking about, oh man, what if it got as big as League of Legends or other esports that are established today? It was just, let's play and see what happens. And then over a decade later, you see these huge tournaments, these huge events being put on with 24-hour venues and hundreds, if not thousands of players coming out, flying out to play their favorite franchise in the world. Now, don't get me wrong. I love Super Smash Bros. It's my favorite game to play with friends, whether it's online or offline. I don't play as much as I used to anymore, but one thing has become very apparent. There is no money in Smash Bros. For the player. Why is that? Well, if you look at the biggest tournaments that there are, you know, the most grand, like, you know, you got EVO, you got Combo Breaker, you got CEO, you got stuff like Glitch and Pound. You know, these tournaments have been around for a long time, but if you're not the top player, rightfully so, you know, you don't deserve to win money. It's a skill-based matchup after all. But after being in the scene for so long, don't you feel like there should be easier access to money, especially if you're a top player? Like, if you win all of the time, you should be able to live off your earnings, right? Wrong. Super Smash Bros. Is the only game out of the major esports that has no developer support whatsoever. Nintendo refuses to regularly put money into the scene like other games that we're used to. You know, Tekken, Dragon Ball FighterZ, Mortal Kombat, StarCraft, Hearthstone, League of Legends, Dota, you know, the list goes on. I can go on and on. For a game that has had such a great esports history, we've had amazing stories that we can tell. You can go back and there have been EVO moments. All these great things about Smash Bros. The only thing that seems to be lacking is that there's no continuous form of money. Now, there is money. Don't get me wrong, it's just not going to the players. It's a big reason why a lot of players who have been in the community opt to make their own events. I mean, yes, you put on a good show for the community, but it's really about, you know, making money. I mean, people don't do this out of the goodness of their heart. It's for money. You only have a limited amount of time in this world, and I know I might sound a little cynical. There came a time in which, you know, I just didn't see the point in going to tournaments anymore. Mind you, I'm not very good at the game. I wouldn't consider myself anything more than an average player. But I was tired of throwing away $20 venue fees, $10 entrance to playing a game for 2 hours. Now, it was money I didn't miss, but I was tired of being a 1-2 or an 0-2 person. So I was like, this is dumb. I'm just going to sit at home and watch tournaments and go and hang out with friends at events. It's not that serious. Now, luckily, people have kept coming out to tournaments and kept those prize pools full. But at the end of the day, the only people who are regularly getting money are people who are putting on these events, whether they be once a year or twice a year. The more people that come out, the more money that lines these people's pockets. Now, it's a business. If you're running an event, not every event goes well. If you're able to run a successful event, more power to you. This isn't about you. This is about how the player, especially the good players, just aren't making as much money as they should be. And I don't know whether that's an issue of changing up the pot bonus or putting some of the venue fee into the pot just so that people can walk away with at least, you know, you fly out to a tournament. There are people who went to EVO that they'll get top 8, and they might not win enough money to pay their plane ticket back. That's how bad it is. It's a lion's share type thing. You know, the first and second player win the majority of the pot, and it doesn't matter what place you are after that. You know, it's like, oh, I got 5th, 6th, or 7th of this prestigious tournament, and I got like $150. Can you imagine beating all these players in bracket? Like, why are you wasting your time? I never understood that. I think a big reason of this is as people get older, they need to realize what they're spending their time on and how they can focus their energy the best way possible. Zero, you know, the winningest tournament player probably in esports history. This man went undefeated in Smash Brothers for Wii U for such a long time and was the undisputed best player. There was no arguing about that. And he decided, I'm not going to play Ultimate competitively. I'm just going to take my notoriety, take my victories that I've earned, and I'm going to start streaming. I'm going to become a content creator. And ever since then, he is living nicer than he ever has being a competitive Smash Brothers player. And the people, you know, the players who know when to pivot, who have a good personality, a good fan base, they know they can put on a good show. Why would you waste your time climbing in bracket when you can take the skills that you've gotten from there and apply them to something that actually is worth your time and energy? I don't know. Some people haven't figured that out yet. Now, there are some people like Nairo who guaranteed is making more money off of his streams than going to tournament. Same thing with Mango from, you know, the famous Fox Falco Melee player. And these people are entertaining. They don't put all their eggs in one basket. I know a lot of players only have Super Smash Brothers to like fall back on. If that game suddenly becomes unviable in the esports scene, what do these people have? Are they going to be able to pivot into something else and, you know, live their life? Have they gone to school? Are they thinking about things in the future like a 401k, a savings account? Do they still live with their parents? All of these things you have to take into consideration as you're growing up. And it's a shame that there's not as much money in the scene, you know, that there can't be somebody sponsored like Sonic Fox or any other player in these other games that can just show up and make money in other ways. But Smash Brothers is weird. It's special. Despite the fact that there's not as much money as there should be, I still find myself watching a lot of the major tournaments. Sometimes I find myself going out to play. And I don't think there's a reason for Nintendo to put any money into the scene, mainly because it's a marketing tactic for a lot of the other companies. People like seeing money up for grabs at stake. You know, there's true risk involved in entering a tournament. And people are going to buy Smash Brothers no matter what. That's how powerful the IP is. Ever since 1998, I mean, just every system that it's on, it just sells and sells and sells. And with this celebration of characters that Smash Brothers brings, maybe Nintendo's focus isn't that we want it to be serious all the time, because it doesn't. I mean, some of the most fun I've had in Smash Brothers is playing items with my friend Ian. There's an all dogs go to heaven mode where you have the Galaga item that like sucks you up and you all have to play as dogs or prove that your character is a dog in some convoluted format. That shit is fun. Sometimes you just want to relax and just have fun with your friends in whatever medium that you want. It doesn't have to be serious all the time. And just the fact that I'm not sure how much longer this will continue. I mean, sure, there'll be always people up and rising playing Smash Brothers, but when are these people going to wake up and realize, oh, am I building a 401k? Am I planning for my future? You know, you're going to live this short lifetime of esports where if you look back at all the notoriety and the money that you've won, it really doesn't add up to the time invested. And I just hope that people can realize that sooner than later, because unless Nintendo wakes up one day and says, hey, we should cater to the competitive audience because these people are promoting our game for free, they're providing an alternate way to look at it, it's always putting Smash Brothers in the forefront, in the limelight. What's wrong with that? Let's throw some money. Let's make a 10K cup or something like that. That's nothing to Nintendo. But I don't think that's going to happen, ever. I mean, it's been a decade, and they haven't had a reason to do it. I'm still going to buy Smash Brothers. I'm still going to buy the DLC stuff. And the players who are sweating blood and tears just to be in top 8, I don't know why you guys do it. If you're sponsored and you're able to have some of that pressure taken off you, all the power to you, but I just, please go to school, like, get a regular job, focus on your future, make Smash Brothers like a side thing. Don't make it your main thing, because when that dries up, you're going to have to answer for all the years that you spent playing. You know, imagine going into an interview. So why do you think you're the best fit for this position? I played a top Falco for like 10 years and I beat Axe one time. Sir, this is a job application for Whole Foods. Oh, I need a job. I don't want any players to have to go through that. I feel like the smart players are going to transition into something smart like a coach or analyst role, or maybe even move to another esport. Just don't have so much focus on Smash. Do literally anything else. Just make sure you diversify your interests so that your future is secure, because you never know what tomorrow might bring. If you feel like you can make your own event, go for it. If you feel like you can contribute to a big event, you know, maybe become a TO, or maybe get into event management or something like that. Anything where you can secure your own paycheck instead of relying on, oh, am I going to meet this person in bracket, or am I going to get lucky on a stage? No, just have more control over your future. That's really the point of this video. So if you made it to the end, thank you very much for watching. If you guys have liked the content that I've been making lately, I would really appreciate supporting me on Patreon. Give $1. It'd be cool. Every little bit helps. Leaving a like, comment on the video is always good as well. But yeah, that's it for me. Until the next video, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time, and happy smashing.